Hello. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. All right. Hello, guys. Color matching with my valet. Yeah. I'm wearing my Wisconsin shirt because we just had a big upset game against Michigan in basketball. So that's why I moved stream back a little bit. But now I'm here. And color matched, that's true. Well, if you saw the build yesterday, I had SWG Beige on here, but I switched out to GMK Black Snail with the red Cyrillic Alphas. Because I want to use SWG Beige, or I want to show it in comparison to GMK on the Deacon, so an MX board, because I think it'll be a better judge for people than HE. So that's why I took it off. So it's ready to go on the Deacon. But I also, last night I built the Deacon with top mount. Well, I didn't solder it, but I just put it together. So that's assembled right now, so I'll do a sound test, and then I'll actually build it with the, what do you call it? With the tadpole, not tadpole, the leaf spring little squishy mount. So that's the plan. Yeah, I've been using the Vela, it's pretty nice. It's in stock now. Just start the stream off with a little plug. You can purchase yourself a Vela in stock. Quite a few have sold already. So some colorways are starting to sell out. But yeah, I hope if you did buy one, you like it. I think I've been liking this one, so I think people will like them a lot. Especially for the price. Actually, let me do a little sound test here with GMK, since I didn't yesterday. And the Vela. Put this over here. Okay, so this is the Vela with AGS Radiant on carbon fiber. Hello, Baggery. So that's the Vela. That's a nice spacebar, actually. Let me do one more test. Oof. Oof. Guess only the first one was good. All right. So that's the Vela. Now it's time for the fun part, the Deacon. Which right now is tap mount with MX2A black, but it's not soldered, so it doesn't type. So it's just for show. Which, if you haven't seen the Deacon, here it is. Any estimates like when? I think in February. here's the Deacon. So this is like aged aluminum, just a very rough prototype. So this won't be the final finishing quality and stuff, but there's the side profile. Oh, focus. There we go. So it's got a little curve here and here, and then these like angle in. So it's supposed to be kind of futuristic design. And this will have LEDs on the next round of prototypes. And then back here, back edge. It's got a nice variable fillet here. So it's bigger down at the bottom, smaller at the top. Centered USB. On bottom is a really big weight. It's bigger on the inside, but and then these are like supposed to look like rivets, kinda, with like scales on the stainless steel. Let me turn music back on also. But yeah, that's the Deacon. Yeah, that was exactly the goal title, so I'm glad it comes across. But this right now is built with MX2A blacks on aluminum top mounted with GMK keycaps. So let's just do a little fake sound test here before I rebuild it with the squiggle mount. I think it sounds pretty clean for a top mount PKL. And here's mods and stuff. Yeah, this is Deacon. Yeah, I can show it again. But I'm really happy with how the spacebar especially sounds in top mount, but I'm happy with everything. I do think I still prefer the squiggle mount, but I know a lot of people love a top mount TKL, so I went with a little less standard top mount, so I'll show you once I take it apart, but I think it really worked out. Yeah, here's another once over the board. So it's got a lot of different edges there, and a subtle curve on the front and back edge, and just a small lip. It's not super noticeable. Well, it's like noticeable, but it's not like super dramatic. And then little jut out here, and then big curve here that kind of has a variable fillet size to there, so it kind of blends nicely. So it's kind of supposed to look like it's floating a little bit, but like it gives it a nice, this part becomes shadowed when it sits. And then it has LEDs on the top, which aren't on this PCB, but the next one will have it, the next prototype. And yeah, here's the back, front. I think this is like my favorite view, like this. Colorways? I'm not 100% on the colorways yet, but I'm really happy with how this sounds like. I can compare it to some other top mount TKLs later, or in a different day, but I think it looks better in the renders, especially this part. I think this blends better in person than it did in the renders even. And like this corner too. I thought it looked a little weird in the render, but here it blends really nicely. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this came out. Yeah, let's take it apart, because now I gotta take all these keycaps and switches out to rebuild it with the other plate. Which the other plate needs a few adjustments, but they're pretty minor, so I'll adjust them for the next prototype. And I'll show you what I'm thinking of doing. But I also want to show the top mount plate, because it's not like the first time it's ever been done, but it has a mix of a few things I like to make it sound better, in my opinion. Is it possibly considered neon green colorway? Maybe. I think I do want to do like weirder colorways for this. And even the neutral color, I think I have an idea for. This is a Gatoron multi-tool. It has a switch opener, keycap puller, or switch puller, keycap puller, and switch opener. Don't know if they sell it. Gonna do orange with red flame designs. Yeah, on the side, like a car. I don't know about that. Oh, so this prototype's not perfect. One of the case screws is messed up. But it was very cheap, so it's worth it. The switch over is pretty much the same, to be honest. You're talking about the TX one motif? But here's the inner case. So as you can see, huge stainless steel weight, which I'll take it apart when I'm putting the daughter board and stuff in, I'll show you. But then here is the inside. So you can see it's got two separate mounting styles. So the top mount goes into those holes and then the other mount goes in the other ones. So I'll show you that other plate here in a minute. First I'll take this out so you can see. Also, the PCB it will be special designed by Gondo, but it does fit normal TKL PCBs. You just won't have the LEDs if you didn't go with the Deacon, actual Deacon PCB. But it is future-proofed in that sense. I haven't tried the TX puller, but I've heard good things. But as you can see, this is just normal. This is Synovia PCB I'm using for this. How are you? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. What a cool board. I also like this Synovia Gray plus GMK Nerve you showed in the previous stream. Yeah, that one turned out really good. I think I might use Nerve Wrecker on this once it arrives. Or something like Mutagen might be cool too. But yeah, here's the plate. So some of the things I did is I made it split plate and then 10 mounting points. So if you put them closer here to the spacebar, you get a louder spacebar. So that's why I wanted those closer and symmetrical around the spacebar. So like this part of the plate is symmetrical around the spacebar, and then these two just help stabilize this part, and then the PCB holds them together. But then I went with smaller mounting holes. So like these are small and don't have like a huge connection down here, and I think that makes it softer and less like you get less pinging and resonance if you have less contact with the case. And I mean, I think it worked out well. It sounds pretty good. And then just a big spacebar cutout to let the spacebar be nice and loud. So yeah, split plate. And then the other plate here is the more interesting one. So as you can see, it has squiggles. So the plate mounts like this. And then it's isolated between the two case parts. And then these are for alignment, which I don't think it actually needs because the little balls actually align the plate because of the hole. So I think I'll remove those. But yeah, this one's similar thing where it has mounting points centered around the spacebar, on the bottom at least. Although mounting points don't matter as much with something like this because it's generally, since the leaf springs kind of help disperse it anyways. But you like, they're not super bendy, but like you can see here, if I go like, it's just a little bit, not a ton. What's the design idea? Basically, the design idea is to have as many. You want, like, I wanted this to be as long as possible without taking up like a ton of space this way or this way, so that's why it's squiggled. So then it lets it flex like this, like, or like that. So yeah. But an issue I'm having is that this side and this side, like the outer parts, are too soft. They'll like bottom out if you push harder. The center's good, so I think I'll just reduce one of the squiggle lines on these, so these don't flex as much. And it won't require any changes to the case, so that'll be good. So I'll just have to change the plate a little bit. So I'll do that. See how it works. Will it come with two different plates or optional? Honestly, I think I'll just include both plates. And then you'll have both. Just because then it's, you know, everybody gets to try it. You don't feel like you have to spend a bunch of extra money just to get both. Is this SWG Beige PBT or ABS? It's ABS. I don't have a price estimate yet. No. Yeah, SWG Beige is ABS double shot. But today I'm going to solder this build with the squiggle plate. I don't think I'll include two PCBs necessarily for the plate. You'll still need to buy an extra one. But if you like hot swap, you could try them both. Or do like me and don't actually solder it to try. I super like SWG keycaps. The kitting is so good, and they have both. Well, R2D2 they changed a little bit. So I think you're referring to SW, which I'll grab an SW set also to show. But SW is their older keycaps, and now they made entirely new molds of the new manufacturer for SWG. So the G is the new line. So they don't have icon mods yet, but I think they plan to expand it. It's just the startup cost is already pretty high to get all the molds. Because they had to buy all new molds, but I mean, you'll see the kitting on the kitting pages anyways, but still very good value. I think they're better quality. Like you can see the legends are better, and the molding is cleaner. Plus they have the dye sub double shot thing, so you can get multicolor without needing UV print. So I'll show you that too. I have one of the samples of that. But I already paid for a bunch of in-stock SWG Beige, so those should arrive to me this month. Hopefully. I understand, but also R2 backspace text mod is illegal. Is that what that was? Oh no, it's not. It's just text. I agree. We can't have like botanical R2 or whatever. That looks horrible. Do I prefer icon text or icon plus text? I prefer icon plus text, to be honest. Except I hate icon bottom row. So even if you have an icon mod set, I want... Oh, this switch. I'm just going to put it in a key I never use. I hate icon bottom row. And like if you have icon mod for your R3 control, that's not good. But overall, icon plus text is my favorite. Hello, Niku. Do I know when Scrub is coming back? I have no idea. I haven't spoken to him recently. So I don't know. How am I doing? I'm doing good. How are you, Yade? Why is Twitch bug? I don't know. How's the weather like there? How cold? Right now it's like 33 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know exactly what that is in Celsius. Close to 0. Pretty much 0 Celsius, I guess. Yeah, 0.5. There you go. Wow, the mounting this plate looks wild. It is a little wild, and I do need to make a small adjustment, which... So basically the sides are too soft, so I have to adjust. I think I'm just gonna adjust these 4 squiggles and it should work. So I'll do that and see if that helps. Right now it like bottoms out a little bit, but I also think it needs slightly stiffer, it also just needs slightly stiffer gaskets, which will also help. So I'll try both of those and see if it fixes the issue. It's not a huge issue, it just can bottom out if you press too hard. But I kind of found that I'm a lighter typer than a lot of people, so I usually won't have trouble when some people do have trouble. So I'd rather be safe than sorry, so people don't have to worry. Yes, it is like Elise Spring, exactly. Do I have intro key geeks? I do, yeah. They're in stock, ready to ship. And I have some right by me here. Hello, Divina Papaya. Speaking of Divina Papaya, you can buy GMK Divina Papaya right now until January 18th. The group buys live. One of the best sets. One of my most excited sets. How well is it selling? It's going pretty good. I think CYL won't have any trouble. We'll see about MTNU. I mean, I'm hoping by vendors we can team up and make it happen anyways. but if you were considering, you guys should help out the MLQ to get it made. Because there have not been very many wild. It might be the first kind of wild colored MTNU set. Plus it has good kitting. So consider GMK Divina Papaya. There's like 2 weeks left. Or no, 1 week left in the group buy. Kiki and Cho could be compared. I can show them side by side. Yeah, they're definitely very different. Kiki controls are a lot, quite a bit louder than MX Blacks. I wanted to get it, but no money. I'm so broke. Damn. You have to save up for Nerve Round 2. I'm personally getting one of each base kit for sure. Not sure about multiples. I might have to buy multiple MTNU to make it MLQ. So we'll see. Yeah, it's better to be responsible. Good to be responsible. I mean, Manu said he won't run GMK Nerve Round 2 until at least 2027, so we got time. What is this? Not modded. Definitely getting MTNU Divina Papaya. Oh, that'll be great. That'll be great with EC. I can't wait to build the Dynacap Garen 60. Should be about a week from now. I'll have it. Maybe less. But I'm very excited for that. I should just run it without him in April. That's true. I could get the renders from like Jay. Work with the other vendors without Manu. Just do it. Why are you not going in like you're supposed to? What the heck? I'll just push it down while I solder it, I guess. Do you know what are the colorways for Garen 60? Yeah, there's acrylic, so it's frosted acrylic. And then there's, well here, let me pull it up. There's Mechameleon, so like the Mechameleon Synovia with the color shift. Then there's the acrylic version, and then there's the, one second. Where is this? Here it is. Okay, there's, let's pull it up and show the pictures. There's Anomaly, which is like the blue colorway. Then there's Teal to match GMK Divina Papaya. Then there's acrylic. Oh, here, let me pull this. Acrylic. And then there's green. Like that. And then there's meteorite, which is the gray sparkle coating. And then there's also aged. So those are all the colors. Why does STR do so many acrylic boards instead of PC? Basically because acrylic machines better and stays stays better. It's more brittle, but it's stronger overall, so it's harder to like scratch and scuff than PC. And then additionally, it doesn't have like that little blue hue, so it's nice for that. It's like easier to match with keycaps because like, you know, like how PC has like a little blue tint to it a little bit, whereas acrylic is pretty much just flat, translucent. That's the main things, is the colors, and then it machines better. Bought those Kiki controls per your recommendation. Ooh, I hope you like them. I think you will. There should be one with flames. Is the color of this prototype same as aged aluminum or one of testing version? Are you talking about the Deacon broken arm? The Deacon is, I mean, it's in the range. So like with the aged aluminum, there's kind of a range of what you can expect. So there'll be pictures on the product page showing the range and a disclaimer saying this is what you could get. So if you're not comfortable with any variability, you should definitely not buy aged. It's like patina where it's different. So it's totally preferential. If you're fine with a variance, then go for it. I think it's fun. That's why I like it. But otherwise, I would stay away from it if you're not comfortable with that. But yeah, the Deacon is something you could expect of what to get with the aged. So it seems like something based on where they're sourcing their PC. The tint depends on the PC you get. No, I mean, it's all PC I've ever gotten has a little blue tint, unless it's dyed. It's just like how it refracts the light, whereas acrylics just like kind of shines through easier. But either way, like they end up, aside from that, they look pretty much the same when machined. So to me, it's kind of nice to have a tougher material than PC, because polycarbonate is pretty easy to bend. Is there any ETA for Kiki controls? They're in stock now. Omega switcher. Onk Alu. Hello Feedy. Some manufacturers have more than others. DDS barely has any. I mean, yeah, it varies. My DDS acrylic is definitely, or my DDS PC is definitely more blue than my STR acrylic though. Oh, for us you folks, I don't know. You'd have to ask Delta, I think. I thought for a minute you had the Gehern page up. Not yet. I'm still working on it. I have to take pictures, or I have to upload the pictures of the Mechameleon, and then also upload the pictures of the aged aluminum range to show. Seal 80 is PC? I think so. I think it is. I mean, like, STR would make PC if I really wanted them to, but I prefer acrylic now. So that's why I use acrylic. Acrylic's also nicer for threading. You can still use threaded inserts. Like if you're doing for case screws, I think it's nicer, but like for stuff like the acrylic weight on the Pangea or like screwing in a daughter board, I think it doesn't. It's just a little stronger, not as easy to strip. But yeah, I mean, since you wanted PC, then there you go. I'd love to see the more wild effect on the Gehern. Go for gambling. I agree. I like the aged. That's why it's called Gambling Ages, but I like it a lot. I think it'll be a popular choice. Yeah, I'm gonna get the landing page up ASAP. And hello, Enomushiki. Yes, Deacon prototype today. We're building it. This is the squiggly mount, which I need to come up with a cooler sounding name because I feel like squiggle doesn't really match the theme of the board. So I'll come up with something. Yeah, STR would recommend go with acrylic first. But yeah, I mean, they're, at the end of the day, you're still their customer. So if you want to do something and they have the ability to, they would do it for you. Now we get to solder this guy. Some soldering. I haven't soldered in a bit. I guess like a few weeks. I don't think I've soldered like in this. This is my first time soldering this year. I did ask, by the way, I did ask for a PC Seal 80 stream unit. So I think I'll be getting a Seal 80 in PC. So I'm excited about that. PC with, I think I went with like the bluish red badges and raw copperweight, something like that. Hello. I'm excited to get the Seal 80 though. I think I don't know when the prototype will be sent to me, but I think it'll be fun. Fun board. Especially if you're a classic. This leg's here, but I never use F1, so I'm just gonna solder it anyways. Whatever. I got the config you order in group. Nice. I asked for an ABS plate because I want to try the thick plate. So we'll see. I think it'll be my first time using a real thick plate like that on a personal build. Oh, thank you, Broken Arm. I appreciate it. Have you typed on a Seal 80? I don't know if they're out. I think the group I shipped in China. I don't know if you got one, but maybe you typed on one. The group I shipped in China, right? Oh, it just started? Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. Thanks for the sub. I got confused by that one ZF post with the blue unit. That was a stream or a content creator unit. I think I thought it was a group by delivery. Whatever. No, I didn't see that. The sound test. I probably should have gone with an aluminum one if I wanted to sound the best. But I don't know. I don't have any PC TKLs. I don't have that many like full plastic boards in general, to be honest. Any reason why rubber acrylic set on SWG keys isn't the same as the one for GMK? You're talking about SWG rubber? With the red? Or what are you referring to? I just want to make sure I get your question correct. Color-wise? Oh. I think the colors are pretty similar, aren't they? Like it's the beige mods with the dark alphas. It's the same as DMK rubber, which ran however long ago. That Manu designed. Where are my bowls? They're kind of everywhere. There's one here, two here, one here, two over there. Yeah. Here's some. Don't worry, I'm bowled up. Are we calling this balls mount? I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. I have to come up with something. I know whatever I come up with is gonna get, somebody's gonna clown on me anyways, just because it's gonna sound stupid. And that's how the internet is. I wanted to come up with something that at least somewhat fits the theme, but I don't know. If only I could come up with a name cool enough like Bion Bolt that everybody calls angled screws Bion bolts. Deacon's balls, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Why not just bowls? Well, it doesn't really look like bowls. Beige is a different color for me. On 20 kb there are some lighter beige and some heavier, which is yellowish. I never know what type of beige a keycap until I saw in person. SW, I can show you what it compares to the standard GMK beige. But yeah, I agree. I like the just regular GMK L99 sets. And you came for the SWG sound test? Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. I think I'll just put the full SWG set on here, and then I'll put some GMK and just do side-by-side test. And then I'm also going to grab the old SW sets to show how the new ones are better or different. SWG is a little brighter than what? Than GMK? Can you design something to solder an entire PCB at the same time? Just make like a... You'd need like a ton of soldering irons. Or like something that drips. You'd need like a solder dripper. That would just drip solder right onto your spot. Where you need it. That would be the next keyboard innovation, I think. Truly one of a kind. But it'd have to be layout dependent. You'd have to be able to change it to fit different layouts. Go pots up. I went and soldered that one because it was bending the plate and I didn't want it to alter any of the other switches, so I figured I'd get it all the way down first and then continue. If you're wondering what I'm doing. I don't know if anybody follows college basketball, but I hope you weren't a Michigan fan. Thanks for the follow. Will we ever get a return to the era of red and green PCBs? I mean, the Synovios are red. And I gotta decide what to do for Deacon. I kinda wanna do yellow. I like yellow PCBs. And I think the seal ones are brown, aren't they? But yellow's fun, because it's like, I don't know, I like it. I usually prototype PCBs in yellow. But I think for the Deacon, I'll just make them all yellow. Because it's just a fun thing, like, when you build it, you don't see it. So it doesn't matter what it looks like. But it's fun to have something unique. You're about to talk shit about U of M now. I feel like I have to. I mean, Badgers just came through. I mean, they've had an insane season in some, well, even now. But that was a big upset. Against Michigan. Is someone born with X-ray vision? That's false. Interesting. Interesting. How does that impact you using keyboards? Do you see through the PCB too? That's the real question. Where does the X-ray stop? Unfollowed? No, come back. Is he gonna have 6 UHHKB? No. I don't think so. I don't think so. But this is a monumental keyboard though, because it's my first TKL. People have been asking for a bolt TKL for years. And here it is. This is my first TKL. Well, not the first I've designed, but first one that's going to be released. So I expect all the TKL lovers to come out and support it. I mean, I don't hate TKL, I just don't love it as much as 60, so whenever I go to design something, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a 60. Plus, like, tell me Deacon Mini wouldn't be cute. You can't. To limited run? Yeah, it's gonna be a smaller group buy, which lets us do more unique finishes and faster. But yeah, it'll be 100 keyboards. I think that number's pretty good for people who want it, should be able to get it, hopefully. But yeah, the main thing is to make sure to be able to do fun finishes without having to repeat them across 500 keyboards. And it let me do some more fun design stuff. More niche. Do you have any estimate of how many Pangea Mini extras will be available? Not 100% sure yet. There's 61 buyers. Wow, that's great. And probably most viewers are in the U.S., so that'll leave 39 for other regions. How's that sound? I mean, I know you're not all from the U.S. Actually, this stream time probably gets some good EU viewers, right? It's not too late for you guys. It's like not midnight. It's like 10 or 11. I guess that's pretty late. $10 p.m. Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously, I guess it varies where you are actually, but okay, that's not too bad. It's 10 p.m. on a Saturday. It's not like you have to get up early tomorrow, hopefully. Alright. Sort of associate you with the 60%? Yeah, I know. I mean, I did it to myself. I've done it to myself. It's been how many years making 60s? Maybe I'll be a convert to TKLs now. Oh, I gotta go grab a daughter board. Where would I have one of those? Let me go find one. Can't find my big bag of daughter boards and stuff. There it is. I'm back. So bad at tabs every board always and not sounding consistent. These oh, I forgot to lube. I only lube the spacebar here. These are all unlubed. See how they sound. Hopefully fine. Alright. Yeah, night stabs are they're a crutch for me. They help me. Alright. So I'll show you how big this weight is. But also it has a little stainless steel daughter bar cover here. Oops. Maybe if I grab the right bit. Right here we have a little daughter board cover, so that there's not a big hole, pretty much. Which I think I might add a little. Where'd they go? I might add a little cutout so that you can get this out easier. So right now you have to flip this. So I think I'll add a little tab so you can grab it easier. But that's where the daughter bar goes. So this just goes in here. Wait, I need JST too. 1 second. Yeah, I think a tab would just make it easier to get in and out. But here, I'm gonna pull this weight out too so you can see how big this is. Plus it'll make getting the JST even easier. Yeah, it's pretty much mandatory, I guess, because you'd have to run you have to try and sneak it under there. Imagine that. Here. Are you happy? There we go. Nice and clean. Alright. But here's the weight. See? It's like, I don't know, this is probably at least 1 kilo already. Never really thought about what's reasoning behind bowl. It's pretty much part of my name shortened. Yeah, so this is all stainless steel. I don't know what finish I'll do for the final. This is like a super rough, raw piece of stainless steel, but let me get this guy plugged in. Is this line? Oh wait, is this line? Oof, I don't think so. I'll use this one. Alright, then I need some screws. No relation. I think raw would look good. How do you avoid having to force break that? If you, I made it a little thicker, so it shouldn't have as much, it shouldn't really have any warping, because that's when you need to force break it. But I don't, like, I guess if you heard the top mount at the start, there's no force breaking, and I don't think it needs force break, to be honest. What do you guys think? But yeah, avoiding it basically, if you have, actually, here's some things. If you have a big enough, like just a normal tolerance gap here helps. And then having a weight like hanging, so like if you have this and then this part like goes through, it also helps in my opinion. I think it helps more than just like having like screwed in from the top to, I don't know, like through. I think through weights sound better when they're screwed in from the top generally. And then also having enough screws helps a lot. And the yellow things aren't force brake for the top case, they're for the mounting at the squiggles. Then oh wait, let me see if I can snake this. No. So don't do that. This has to go through here first. It goes like this. And this won't come with a bad JST cable like this, because it's annoying. It'll come with a braided one. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. This is only a prototyping thing, but unbraided cables should be banned. They're so annoying. Actually, you know what? 1 second. Just grabbing a better cable. Alright. Do I like OG Zaku's? I haven't used those in forever. They're okay. I don't think they're better than other modern day long pole options. They were just like one of the first long pole options that took off. There we go. Much easier like that. Alright. Now you can put the weight back. Wish there was a Pangea Mini and TKL. I've thought about doing that. Still might. Make a Pangea TKL. Oops. So I think it would look good. Oops, this is not the right size. It's a top mount screw. Do I like GHV4? I haven't used it. From my understanding, it's a thicker lube, which I generally don't like, so haven't been too inclined to try it. I'll give the cats a treat at the end. Mugen, don't worry. Or if I forget, remind me. But if I do it now, they won't leave me alone. And there's still some stuff in the stream. Yeah, I like thinner loop generally. Put the daughter board cover on. Do I buy all my screws from McMaster? If I'm in the US, yeah. Or if I need screws from here, but like these ones in here, I'll probably replace. These are just random ones from the quick proto manufacturer, I think. Then this just plugs in here. Oops. All right. Actually, I think I'm just gonna try and shove some of this JST back through there. There we go. There we go. Oops, and then one of my gaskets fell out. There we go. Okay, looks good. Looks pretty fine for a fast proto. Yeah, it's not bad. I had STR age it, so it looks even better. Oh yeah, also here's the mounting, by the way. So it's got the squiggles mounted on the little balls, and then there's balls in the top also to sandwich it together, and they're just press fit in to the case. And they can stay in there even in the top mount. You don't need to take them out ever. They don't affect the top mounting. This is aged aluminum, yeah. The ball side touches this plate, and then the peg is just what keeps it friction fit into the top case and bottom case. Are the balls going to be pre-installed? I'm not sure. What's the process for aged aluminum? I'm not sure the entire process, honestly. I don't know if they're willing to share. I think this one's coated. I guess I didn't try though. I think it's coated because I definitely would have scratched it by now. Like, kids, you could scratch with your fingernail. Yeah, this one's coated for sure. Any reason why you decided to theme your first TKL after Alien? It's mostly themed. It's not necessarily exactly Alien, but it's supposed to go along with Nerve Wrecker. So that's kind of why it's like supposed to fit that type of theme. So like when I was designing, I was keeping like the novelties in mind and that kind of stuff, and then Nerve Wrecker's theme kind of alien wise. So that's kind of, it's like indirectly related. So then I designed this to match Nerve Wrecker. Man, you made me do it. Actually, he didn't really like this at first, what I did. But then when I showed him the renders, he liked it. So he didn't really have much influence on it. He helped me refine it, but I tried stuff without, and then showed him. Yeah, I wouldn't have probably made, it wouldn't have been this style and this year if it wasn't trying to fit Nerve Wrecker. But yeah, I think it came out really good, and I'm gonna put Nerve Wrecker on here once it arrives. But here is the plate all mounted, which actually I think it does need the little alignments. I just don't have those here, but you can see the build kind of shifts around. But there's a little, that's why there's alignment pegs. I just don't have them here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put SWG Beige on here. So you can see how that is with the tulip kit. I think I need to put a little tape under these, though they might short with the current plate design. But I'll try it without first. What makes the TKL stand out? There's so many great TKLs out there with legendary sound like the Gian, or the Jane, Gian F1. What do you feel you're doing differently / better? I don't think, maybe it's not, I don't know if this is a weird way to think about it, but I don't think it's necessarily like trying to improve on those. But this, I'm trying to make something different, I guess. Like what I like. So like, that's why I went with the balls mount. It's just because I like to do something funny. Or funny and unique, so that's why I went with that for this. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily better than like the F1 mounting. I would say I don't like Jane mounting very much, just my personal preference. In terms of like how the top mount is, I prefer something more like this, so that's why I did that to this, because I like it better. But that's, yeah, it's just kind of personal preference, I guess. But I don't think it's always necessary to try to be better at something. It's more about making what you want. Because I feel like the point of the hobby is to make stuff you like, rather than just like, I don't think there's a best keyboard. So yeah, that's my take on it. But I think, yeah, I guess if you were asking why. Did I mess up this blocker? I think I might have. Or they messed up in CNC at JLC. No, that looks right. I have to check the file. Oh no. That one's type 2. Never mind. We're good. Oh. I'm gonna have to check that. But yeah, I didn't want to make it. I'm not trying to be like the best TKL, I guess. I'm just trying to make my own TKL. I love top mount. Oh yeah, show the bottom. Yeah, here. Here's just an example E. Not better, just different. Those boards have certain characteristics. Just wonder what characteristics you prioritize. Oh yeah. Well, so like, I want to make something interesting since there's so many keyboards out there. So like, that's why I went with like the side profiles to kind of. I don't think there's anything super like it. At least it was inspired mostly by just looking at the GMK Nerve-wrecker novelties. Same with like the bottom weight design. But then the mounting, I kind of just went rogue, and especially with the. I mean, like, there's the Poisson, like, that's named after Poisson's ratio by Alvin Monster. Has like a, like, it's kind of just one big squiggle, and that used tab pulls / top mount. So I thought that was cool. And then Dark makes some cool squiggly mounting. So those kind of inspired the mounting. And then top mount. There's like the Glare TKL and Constance used split plates, which I thought sounded good. So I wanted to try that. So yeah. That's kind of the thing. The main things I went for. And then also, I kind of wanted to make it really heavy, so that's why it has a huge weight. I think it's nice as a designer to be able to design what you like and want. On top of that, you can share your designs with other like-minded people as well. Yeah, that was kind of the goal with the being able to do the small run also. I didn't have to design something that was going to sell 600 units or whatever to make it meet MLQ. Ooh, you know what else I would love SWG to do is have shine through. That'd be cool. I will check the weight Mugen after I'm done building. I haven't actually weighed it yet. Need a half plate for my constants. Oh, that's a good. I didn't try that. I bet it would be good. Yeah, I'll weigh it after getting all the keycaps. Honestly, the beige doesn't match the gray that well. I'll definitely change the keycaps, but yeah, this is a keycap puller, switch opener, and switch puller from Gatoron. For the, above the arrow cluster, is it only going to be a diffuser, or is there a chance of a metal accent? Oh, that's not a bad idea. I think there's going to be a polycarbonate diffuser for the LEDs, but I don't know why. It would be kind of cool to make like a polished stainless steel, so you could just like look through there and it would reflect. So it'd still have the cutouts, but it would be like, that's not a bad idea. I'll see if I can prototype that. But I'm gonna go weigh this quick. Be right back. All right, it's 2.73 kilos. .73. Would you consider a Dynapack? Well, it would fit standard, whatever the Stipulate's TKL PCB is, so you could just use that. And then I think they sell TKL kits. Alright. Okay, it works. SLM process. What is that abbreviated for? I think I have. Yeah, here it is built. I guess I'll show it again. Built up with keycaps. Oh, no. I don't think it's practical for keyboards, really. Because they're so big. So it'd take forever to print something so big. And that's what is expensive. That's how long it takes on the machine. Yeah, there you go. Alright, let's hear how it sounds. So this will be SWG, and then I'll show GMK after. I don't think I'll do the whole set, but I'll show some keys. Alright, here we go. So, SWG on the Deacon with the squiggly mount, MX Blacks, aluminum plate, Night V4 stabilizers. Oops. Uh-oh. Hit cap sock. Or I shorted it. Yeah, I think I need some tape down there. Yeah. I keep shorting. Let me just try it again. There you go. I just have to be careful when I hit A. There There you go. This is MX2A blacks on aluminum with SWG beige. Alright, and then let's do all the keys. Ooh, listen to the space bar. It is indeed ABS. Oh yeah, so that's what I was going to explain about SWG. So all of these keys, anything not multicolor is ABS on ABS. These are ABS top, so like the beige part is ABS, and then the second shot is PBT, and then it's dye subbed. So that's how you get the multicolor like that. So like this part is ABS, and then all the colors PBT. But like here, listen to the difference. There's almost no difference. Mods on the left sound hollow. Yeah, it's because it's hitting the bottom. It's bottoming out, KCE. That's the issue there. So, can't really trust it. Spacebar sounds good. Right mods sound good. But like this, it bottoms out when it hits, so it doesn't sound good. Yeah, it is like the Cap Classic. And then, yeah, here's the difference. Oh yeah, I was gonna show kind of a better comparison between the half PBT, half ABS, and then the full ABS. It's like, this doesn't sound anything like Cap PBT. I'll grab a Cap PBT set to show you, but I'll show you. Is there a reason you don't put your logo on boards? I like to put it on the inside. So this has my logo right here on the other side, but it does. I don't really like it on the outside. I think I would prefer the board to speak for itself, I guess. Is it only the left side that's bottoming out? Yeah, just here, this row here. These ones, if I push harder, they will, like there, but like normal typing, it doesn't. Oh, Cap ABS. Okay, maybe, yeah. I don't have any Cap ABS, but it is quite a bit thinner than Cap ABS. Texture? Oh yeah, good question. Here. It's very, wait, let me just actually grab, where's my key? I'll put some of these GMK keys right next to it on the board. So these are GMK double shot, and you'll be able to see the difference in beige tone. Oops, I grabbed the wrong ones. Nice. All right. So these are, here's GMK. This is pretty much brand new GMK. And then this is brand new SWG. So they're pretty identical. Yeah, the red acrylic UV is fucked. It's so thick. I kind of hate it. Honestly, I was pretty disappointed when I opened it. Because other GMK UV is not that thick. I don't know why this one looks like a sticker they put on it. But yeah, there it is, up close. Now let's see how it sounds. There we go. Yeah, it's very, very, very similar. SWG's lower height. Let me see. Is it really? I don't think it is. It feels the same. Oh yeah, it's very, very slightly lower. Just the front edge, yeah. Here, maybe this. Oh. Oh no, which one's which now? This one's SWG. Maybe SW's a bit higher pitched. They're very. I have a hard time telling. They're almost identical to me, like in person here. Especially, you can't just do one switch next to each other. You kind of have to, like, take a variety. But they're super close, I think. Because some of you guys say it's higher pitch and some say lower. When I go like this, SWG sounds higher pitch. But when I do G and H, GMK sounds higher pitched. But I think that might be switch and board location. Because D sounds higher pitched, like. Super hard to tell. Texture, well, it's pretty much the same. Brand new. These are both new. Oh yeah, the thickness is 1.3 to 1.4, they said. Gatoron sent me this for Christmas, so I don't know where you can buy it. But it just arrived to my house and said Merry Christmas. So that was kind of them. But I don't know exactly where you can buy it. But it's really nice. So I'd recommend it. I like it. I haven't used it to open switches, only for keycaps and switch pulling, but I like it. But yeah, was there anything else you guys wanted to see about the Deacon or about SWG? Oh, there you go. It's on Gatoron's website. Maybe some US vendors will pick it up too, so you don't have to get it internationally shipped. I think usually some people stock those kind of tools. Yeah, which do you prefer, guys? The squiggle mount or the top mount? I think I'll rebuild this one in top mount so that I don't have to worry about bottoming out, because the top mount doesn't bottom out. And then I'll fix it for the next prototype and keep that one in the squiggle. But I do think I like squiggle better. Listen to the spacebar. Yeah, I'm very happy with how this came out. I did a sound test at the start of top mount. So once the VOD's up, you can go back and hear it. But I think I like this better. Would plastic plate be different? I don't think I would even offer plastic plate for the squiggle, just top mount. But I'll try it in the prototype because I think it would be too soft, and then I'd have to make the tab so big that it would barely be different than top mount. I think the top mount sounds less clean because it has like a little slight resonance and stuff, you know, like the top, to be expected with top mount. But I think you'd have less of that with a PC plate or PP. I think for the prototypes, I'll try aluminum and carbon fiber for the squiggle, and then PC, PP, aluminum for top mount. But yeah. If you guys don't have any other questions, we can find somebody to raid. Because I don't really have any more to show. I remember your Synovia key control steel plate was super loud and punchy. That was aluminum plate, I think. But yeah, well, it is very loud. Also, Vela's still in stock, so go pick up a Vela if you're interested in it. They'll be shipping starting on Monday right away. Show the red Cyrillic. This is GMK with UV printed red Cyrillic. But you can see it looks like a big sticker on it. Not exactly delighted with it. I mean, this is normal Cyrillic. There's no, unless you're talking about like just double shot where it's the same color. But yeah, the red case is super nice on the Vela. But yeah, this is the UV printed. I just don't get why it's so bad, because like no, I don't have Wob Red Cyrillic. I think it's the same though. Well, later I prefer for gaming. I don't really have a strong preference. Waiting for my oblique. Yeah, obliques are going on Monday too. It's gonna be a big drop-off day. Might be a multi-trip to the post office type of day. Because I have to ship all the pre-order obliques and the Velas. I mean, it looks fine. I don't know if I'd buy it again, to be honest. I would much prefer something like this where it's die subbed. I think it's a lot better for that. But yeah. Yeah, I've seen Kikobo triple shot. That's good. Cap sets are nice, yeah. I like the legends on SWG better. They're closer to like normal GMK as opposed to Cap. Kind of has some weird legends, but I really just don't like the icon, I guess. The text mods are fine. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I guess I don't think anybody is doing keyboards live. So you can go rate ducks. Any next 60% projects? Well, the Gehern 60 goes live on Thursday. So there's that. Oops. All right, let's raid these guys. But thank you all for hanging out. Yeah, and have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll be back next week with the Gehern 60 EC, I think. Should arrive next week, hopefully. So, hope to see you then.